I have repeatedly said, if I had not had the support of my husband and my in-laws today, if my family was not this open about speaking about this in the public domain, I would be one of those silent women. I know girls like me who are married into families who are not allowed by their in-laws and their husbands to speak up about this. Because their husbands don't want to support this. So whose fault is it? It's not their fault. It's not the girl's fault at all. They are actually even more angry because they are seeing this in front of their eyes. Their husbands and families will not support that. I know so many more rapists and molesters who have not been, exposed. And they all suffer in silence because nothing can be done. I cannot speak up for them because they also have to speak up because rape is a heinous offense. They won't speak up. They can't speak up. And I know about all of these men. I know about all of these molesters. As much as I can, I don't work with them. That's the only thing that I can do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Singer Chinmayi Sripada, who's spoken exclusively to CNN News 18 on the harassment issue. Remember, she's been very vocal about the harassment that she has faced, and that's why she has maintained this stand. Here in this case, she's talking about how there is ample family support and also the support of her husband, who has backed the argument that she's made against a certain lyricist, and there was sexual harassment claim where she'd called out a Tamil lyricist and poet Vairamuthu for sexual harassment a few years ago. She'd even tweeted that a woman has no choice but to mingle with her molester if he is in a position of power. Remember, there was a statement that she'd made a few years ago. I believe right now she's also speaking in context of the wrestlers alleging sexual harassment against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, where she is one with the voice of the wrestlers also. We still have to put this in context, and for that, let me actually bring in my colleague Purnima for more on this. Purnima, there's another reaction this time that Chinmayi Sripada is speaking about the sexual harassment claims that she'd made against Vairamuthu. Just put this in context for our viewers first. Why is she speaking about it now?
Well, this is also because Chief Minister M.K. Stalin had recently tweeted and also late last night said that the day Sengol was installed in the new parliament, it was bent because the wrestlers who've been protesting were forcibly taken out of the protest site. And Chinmayi, a famous singer, now says that she welcomes the statement by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, but also urges him to consider her case where she's been seeking justice for the last 5 years, but the DMK and other parties have so far remained silent on the issue. And while Chief Minister is now coming out in support of the wrestlers, she urges Chief Minister to consider her case as well and seek justice. And she's now seeking justice in her case to the DMK President and also Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. That's why Chinmayi says that we welcome the statement that you made, but please consider my case too, is Chinmayi's message to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister.
Also, Purnima, she has got her support from the wrestlers. In this case, her tweet was retweeted by Sakshi Malik as well, where she was made a subject of the cyber shaming. Because there was a picture, I believe, from her wedding where she's seen greeting her alleged molester, in this case, Vairamuthu. That was going viral, and that was something that she had stood up against. And Sakshi Malik retweeting that also sort of signifies how the wrestlers are supporting these claims that Chinmayi Sripada is also making.
Well, absolutely. She draws parallels to Sakshi's stories as well and the wrestler stories, and says that just because the said or the alleged molester had attended the wedding, that does not mean that the molester can walk free. It just happened because of the family pressure, and she was forced to smile at the wedding when Vairamuthu had in fact was invited by the family, and she said that it's time to speak up, and she's being accused and threatened, and she's been receiving threat calls for taking on Vairamuthu for the last 5 years. Says that just because she spoke up against someone who's powerful, she's been banned from the industry. She's hardly getting any chance in the Tamil industry. For the last 5 years, she's hardly sung 5 songs when she's been singing many songs before that. But now she says that she's being sidelined and she's being banned by the film industry only because she stood up and spoke against someone who's still powerful and has links with the ruling party, and therefore she's sidelined, she's banned, and she faces threats and she faces and she's being accused on social media every single day for naming Vairamuthu. And of late, she draws parallels between her story, her side of the story, and the wrestler's story, and says that they support each other, but the political parties should definitely come out in support of all of them, not just take sides with one particular section of the society, is what Chinmayi says through her tweet. And she also spoke to CNN News 18 a short while ago, echoing the same.
All right. Purnima, I request you to stay on with us. Let me put this all in perspective for our viewers once again. You can see on one side of your screen that interview that we are playing out of Chinmayi Sripada. On the right side of your screen, there is MK Stalin. We now know that the DMK-led administration in Tamil Nadu is also backing the wrestlers. We have seen how opposition parties like the Congress, like the Aam Aadmi Party have already come out in support of the wrestlers, backing that entire campaign that they have done against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Why are we talking about Sakshi Malik and Chinmayi Sripada in the same breath? Let me put all of that in perspective for our viewers. Now, we do know how there was a picture of Olympian Sakshi Malik's wedding in 2017. It started doing the rounds on social media. Remember, all of this is amid this entire controversy that's right now playing out with the wrestlers being detained by the Delhi police as they tried to march to the new Parliament building on May 28th. There was in that photograph Sakshi, one of the wrestlers who is right now leading this entire Jantar Mantar protest. Right now they've been removed from Jantar Mantar. She was seen in the dress, in the wedding attire, and she was seen greeting Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh in that wedding picture. And then she was trolled online for the same. Similar instance happened with Chinmayi Sripada, where her wedding picture also was doing the rounds, and there was Vairamuthu against whom she'd claimed sexual harassment, and where she was seen smiling at Vairamuthu. And that's why we're drawing those parallels, and that's why this interview, it becomes very, very important.